Hi, my name's Tracy and welcome to the Comfy Red Couch. Today we are going to talk about knitting and sewing and lots of craft addict-y things, and we have lots on tap. I've got some finished objects to show and I'm ready to get started. So first off, I would like to say a huge thank you to everybody who's watching today and anybody who's tuned in the past week. It's been a bit of a crazy week, and so last Sunday when I videotaped I'm so old, recorded the podcast, I had 20 subscribers, and this week I now have 53. So exciting. Wow. Just blows my mind. So wonderful to know I'm not talking to myself. And so a huge thank you to anybody who tuned in ever in the past 6, this is now the 6th episode, so in the past episodes, and who's returning, so huge thank you. Anyone who's new, thank you for coming and joining me. I try to aim for about 45-ish minutes, so hopefully that's what I don't know, we might go over today because I've got a lot to show, but we'll see how it goes. So welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to sit down with me, just to breathe, to relax, and to also take care of yourself. This past week we had Mental Health Awareness Week at school, and we had a lunch every day. At lunchtime we had some different things happening. So on the Friday at lunchtime, I was able to sit down and I had one of the girls did this lovely henna on my hand. So it is slowly starting to fade and will wash off, but it was just so just freehand, just really pretty. So when you see little flashes, it's henna, and that was kind of my nice time to relax. The only problem with having something like this done to your hands is then you can't knit, which also helps me to relax. But it was nice to just have that break and have somebody, make my hand pretty. So that's what happened on Friday, and that's why I've got this lovely little henna on my hands. So this week was also busy in that both of my boys had their school musicals. So Isaac was in West Side Story. He goes to a local high school, and that's what they did. And Nathaniel, he goes to the local elementary school, and they did Fiddler on the Roof. So I'm thinking that the endless songs that have been going around this house of Fiddler and West Side will now slowly start to peter off and be replaced with other songs. But it was kind of fun while it lasted. Always kind of fun having your 7-year-olds singing in the shower, If I Were a Rich Man, or Tradition. So he loves Matilda. That used to be the old song, so maybe we'll go back to some Matilda soon. And Isaac has been singing every single one. Maybe not I'm So Pretty, but he may have. But he's been singing all of those around the house too. So it's been it'll be a nice change coming up with some new songs coming in the house. So anyway, we are ready to start with some yarny goodness and some material goodness, and let's move on to actually Material Girl and talk about what I've been working on. So now it's sewing time. Let's show you what I've been working on this week. So if you've tuned in before, you know that I'm working on this dress right here. And if this is your first time, this is the dress I'm working on. And I've got some lovely material that I have chosen out. Bright green, perfect for spring. And I didn't get a ton done on it. I didn't get it finished, but enough that I feel proud of what I've done. So I had a couple of mishaps this week with sewing tools. I had purchased a bias tape maker and I got the wrong size. So I thought that I had asked for like 1 1/4, like a 1-inch type around there. And I had been given, because it's behind the counter, the 1/4 inch. And so when I went to make my bias tape, I cut my strips and then I popped it out of the container, and I wasn't wearing my glasses, so I thought it said 1 1/4 inch. It just said 1/4 inch. So it's got this little narrow thing, not enough to do the sleeve. So I had to run out super quick before before I went to pick Nathaniel up on Friday to see if I could get the proper size. I had sort of checked online to see if they had them, and they did, so I knew that it wasn't a wasted drive across the city. And it was across the city. And anyway, so I did get the correct bias tape maker, and after the show on Friday I was able to make my bias tape, so I got that done. And then yesterday I was able to work on the collar. So my collar is now secured and ready to go. So now I just need to do, as I said, the bias tape around the arms. And then I need to figure out, I have 2 buttons. So this is one of them. I think this is maybe a little bit, not quite what I'm wanting. And then the other one's a little bit more cute, springy, so nice little pearlescent white flowers. I can't, of course, fidget under. So I think I'm going to go with this one. I've got enough buttons and just cute little flowers to put on the button band, and then buttonholes. So arm, buttons, and the worst part of all, the hem. I hate doing hems. Anyway, so it is coming along nicely. I'm hoping that maybe I might be able to carve enough time out in the week to at least get the buttons done and the arms done. I'm not sure about the hem. I may need someone to help me with that. So anyway, it is coming along nicely. I'm quite pleased with how this is has sewn up, and I'm looking forward to having it done so I can wear it in May and June, and as the weather gets warmer. So that's one thing done. So next thing on my list, my want to do list, is I had ordered a bunch of patterns from McCall's. They had a really great sale. I'll be sharing those later, but I popped this one out. So I really love this dress here. So it's kind of an interesting construction where it is just like a pullover dress, and then it wraps around and does up in the front. So as soon as I saw this online, I decided that I had to have this one, and it was, I think, $1.99 to buy the pattern. So fantastic. And I purchased the material already, and I had enough, which was great. 5 meters of green polka dots. So really, really excited to use this. So I'll have to wash it up. And then the highlight color will just be, it's almost like a champagne. It's got a slight bit of pink to it. And so this will go around the arms. So my bias tape maker will come in handy again. And so this will be my next sewing project. And I'm really excited to start that. But first, of course, I have to finish my other dress. So once that's off, and I'm just sort of looking forward to having a nice flowy dress for the summer. So that is what's on for Material Girl, and it is now time to move on. And now we're moving on to It's a Sockness. So in It's a Sockness this week, I have a finished object to share, and I have a work in progress to share. So I'll start off with my work in progress. Last week, it was still a thought in my mind, but I made it a reality, and I found my skein of Log Cabin Brown. So this is Madeline Tosh sock, and the colorway Log Cabin Brown, and it's brown. I think I very well might get second sock syndrome on these socks, but I've made some good progress. So Tuesday night I cast on because I knew that I was going to a conference Wednesday, and while I was at the conference I was able to make some good progress. So I got a little bit cast on Tuesday night, and I'm now turned heel. I didn't get to the heel at the conference, but I've turned the heel, and I'm now in the home stretch of the foot. So the gusset's all done. Now it's my beautiful little gusset there. So, but it's a bit boring to work with. So I'm really looking forward to getting the toe. And the toe, because these are going to be called the Magic Toch, TOE-CH. And I'm going to be using my Nora George Molly Weasley skein to, the remainders of, to do the toe. So it should be a little bit of fun and definitely a touch of magic and a welcome change of color when I finally get there. So I did actually pull out my Hiya shawls from Hiya. Oh, sometimes my brain doesn't work. So my Hiya knitting needles, I had purchased them from Nora George. I had heard so many wonderful things about them. I do own the pair of signatures, and I was saying about how the tips sort of bug me. These ones, the tips don't bug me. They're nice to work with. I'm finding my gauge is a little bit different. It's a little bit looser, which makes for bigger. I'm also doing a bigger size sock so that I'm used to. So maybe it's all okay, but it just sort of feels a little bit looser to work with. But anyway, I do love my signatures, but these are very nice too, and they are definitely pointy, and I'm starting to get a bit of a callus on my fingers. So usually I'll do a pair of socks and let the callus go away, and before I start another, or before I take on just fully focusing on another pair of socks. But anyway, these are well underway. And I have a finished object, my Iceberg Alley socks. So I have 1 and 2 icebergs. So this was the Life in the Long Grass sock that Helen gifted me when we went to England this summer. And at the heel, I have the Vine Footsie in Angry Orchard. And at the toe, I have the Dragonfly Fibers Springtime in Washington. So just a fun pair of socks. I kind of got a little bit carried away on the foot, and I made them a little bit too long for me. But these are mine. I'll just have to deal with having my socks a little bit longer than they should be. I'll wear them anyway. So anyway, these are my lovely finished object, my Iceberg Alley, and I think they're beautiful, and I'm looking forward to putting them in the rotation and starting to wear them, and they're just so nice and warm, and I love wearing my hand knit socks. So that is It's a Sockness for this week. So finished object, work in progress. Maybe I'll have one done for next week. I don't think I'll have the second one done because I think I'm going to have a bit of second sock syndrome. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway. And now I am at the segment that I'm so excited about, my favorite things. And I have a couple of things that have been off the needles for a while that I'm so thrilled to share. But before I do that, I'm going to give a little bit of a teaser. So this is my favorite project bag. This is my little bobbins. It's got the cute little light, and even there's a little sparkle there too. And it's a sparkly bag. I love sparkly bags. So this was the vintage fairy lights bag, because whoever wants to take the tag off. So at Christmas time, I had test knit the vintage fairy lights sock pattern, and I knew that there was a kit coming out, and I was desperate to have one of these kits. So this is my favorite project bag, and it's just so beautifully made, and so right now it is housing yarn. Not even a started project yet, just yarn. And this is going to be the Shawl Society, the second season, second knit. So Shawl Society TSS 2.2. I will tell you right now, it's purple. That's I offered to make a shawl for my next door neighbor in exchange for one of her paintings, and so I'm finally getting around to it. So I gave her 3 skeins to choose from, and she chose the purple. So my first Shawl Society, first one, is purple, and my second one will be purple as well. So theme of purple. Anyway, favorite project bag. I'm going to, at some point this week, start this. I haven't started it yet, and hopefully it won't take me too long to do. The pattern looks really pretty, so I'm excited to start and put that into not hibernation, but of course once I finish it and block it, I then have to sort of put it away for a little bit. So anyway, that's a little bit of a teaser, but let's show you what a lot of people have been waiting for, and that is the Shawl Society second season first knit, and this is Fairyhill. And last week after I did the podcast, I saw that Helen had put on her Instagram the name of the shawl, and while I was filming I didn't know it, so I had to put in the special news flash. So this is my Fairyhill, and this is the small size, and so this is one skein of the Vine Footsie in Angry Orchard. So it's just a beautiful, and this one took me just a few days to do, and because I do work full time, you know, those weren't full days. It was done in my nights, my evenings. I don't even think no, I didn't take it to work. So it was just more just evening and weekend knitting. So this is a beautiful small, and it's oh so soft, and I haven't figured out whether I'm going to keep this one yet or whether I'm going to gift it. But the colors are beautiful. I keep asking what is so angry about this orchard. I mean, there's these little spots of green that are so pretty. I think might be right in there. There's like a little tiny bits of green. I know it's in the corner of right, and it's just oh so pretty. The yarn was beautiful, and now it's knit up to a true beauty. However, while this one is beautiful, my next one, beyond. I am thrilled with it. So this one was done in Theseus lace, and I'll just do a quick close-up before I start the beads. So the beads are metallic. Of course I forgot to. Here we go. Here are the beads, and so they were metallic iris purple, and this is the same one that I've used these several times actually, and they just seem to go with so many things, but they just look just like little jewels. And I've made this for my son's teacher, and she's getting married in July, and so it's a purple shawl. I don't think she'll wear it for the wedding, but I wanted to give it to her anyway. So this is Theseus lace by Eating Cottage Yarns, and this is the large size. So trying to get the edges. So it is quite large. You know, near the end it was starting to take quite a bit of time to do. Thankfully the bind off wasn't like a P-code bind off or anything like that. Can you imagine that would have taken forever to bind off? I'd still be doing it. Probably not, but so it is beautiful. And then I don't know if you can see the close-ups of the beads. Got a little bit of sparkle there I can see through my shawl, and so just a beautiful shawl. Helen, her designs are so beautiful, and it smells nice too. I soaked it in the pineapple soak from Soak. And anyway, so that is going to be my son's teacher's gift, and it's just so delicate in the lace weight. I knew which yarn I was planning to use for my son's teacher's shawl, because I had talked to her back in October about making her something. I just didn't know what pattern, and then as soon as I saw this one, it was, oh, that's the one. And then I had to figure out my beads, and so that's all done. So huge response to the Fairyhill. I think everybody who's seen it loves it, and I adore this one. So let's see if we can get a few more of the little glittery beads. And the nice thing about these beads is they are they're not all the same color. So some of them have a bit more green, some have a bit more blue. A lot of them have a lot of the purple there, but they just catch the light so beautifully. And when she gets this, she's going to cry. I showed her a picture on Friday night after the show, and you could just see she was starting to well up. So kind of nice to know that it gets a reaction. You know that someone's truly knitworthy when they react like that. So I'm looking forward to giving this to her so that she can enjoy it and wear it in good health. And we'll see if she has it as a prop in her wedding, or we'll see. Anyway, I'm very pleased with this one. So Fairyhill Shawl Society. If you didn't join before the early bird special, it's not too late to join, and definitely, I know the second one's coming. The second one is being testnet right now, and probably Deb has finished. She is my superhero. I haven't started. So as I said, that's ready to go. So this one's beautiful. This one's beautiful. This one will grow up to be beautiful. So that is my favorite things. Or those are my favorite things. Although it's always fun to share my favorite things, it's also fun to share brown paper packages. So this week, Canada Post. Friday, there was nothing in the mail. So I am expecting some things, and they don't seem to be arriving, although I did get some other lovely things. So it's kind of nice, I guess, to have it spread out, because if they all arrive on the same day, it's just a bit overwhelming. You don't enjoy them as much. So I did mention earlier when I was talking about my dress and the green polka dot dress that I had received some patterns. So I'm going to start off with the McCall's package that I received earlier this week. And that was a true brown manila paper package. Sometimes the bags are, other colors, but this one was a brown paper package. So I did get a stack of patterns, and if I throw, I should probably throw this one in here too, just so that of course it's under everything, so maybe I won't. I'll just put the label with the pattern that it was at the time. So so I ordered this one. This is from the Archive collection, and I'm not sure that I'll ever make it. I might adapt it. I just thought it was so cute. I definitely don't have a daughter to do the mother-daughter sharing, but I sort of like how the skirt flares. I don't think I would end up using the crisscross back. So and I liked the top too. So I thought, might as well grab it. It was $1.99, and when you have to pay $15 shipping just for shipping some patterns, you might as well throw in as many that you might make as possible. So these were the ones that stood out, and as I said, so it's got the dress and the top, and I don't think as I said, I don't think I'd do the straps, but cute pattern. Next one, I thought these were sort of sweet pants, so I like those sort of wide leg pants, and I can make them into shorts, and I can make them into 3/4 length capris. I don't know if one of my favorite movies is Never Been Kissed, and Drew Barrymore walks into the shop that her brother works in, and she's wearing pants, and what are those things you're wearing? They're gaucho pants. And so when I look at these, they're gaucho pants. So maybe I'll make some gaucho pants so that people can ask me what I'm wearing. So anyway, I got that one. Next is one of the Gretchen, the Gertie patterns, and I just thought it was a cute top. And I really like the floral here, and even just the sleeveless here is nice. So again, so there's the close up of the tops there, the different necklines. So we'll see. I'm not as confident with tops as I am with other things, so maybe I'll eventually get to it. And I bought another top too. I just really love this, and I love just how the waist comes in. I really like this one here, so maybe I'll get some gingham and try and put this short sleeve one together. And so McCall's. Next on the list is this dress, and it's sort of hard to see in the model's dress, but it's all gathered in at the waist, and it's probably better to show you on here on the back. Just it's got lots of, not gathered, but darts, and so it's got lots of different darts coming in, and I really like just how that is, brings it in the waist. So pick that one up, and a couple more, and then this dress, the flare, although I do like the short sleeve, just a very simple summer type dress. And then my last one, this one, I love this one, and this one is a retro pattern, and I love this. And so I've got some material that I think I had shown it a couple of episodes ago, like my first episode when I caught the sewing bug, and it's poppies, so it's white with poppies, and I had also bought the same material in blue with the red poppies, so maybe no, it's this middle one. I like the neckline, and I like the sleeves, so either of the poppy patterns I think I would do, and maybe with a highlighted different color, especially if I did the blue, maybe a red or something else that makes it pop. So I really like this one. So maybe this will be third after my polka dot dress. So those are the patterns that came in the mail. And as I said, they were about $1.99 each. And but it was more expensive for shipping than it was for all of the patterns put together. So anyway, let's move on to some yarn things. I got a couple of very, very special, and they're very crinkly packages because I'm not taking them out yet. But I got some lovely coloring book yarns. It's one of those, it's upside down, but I want you to see them both. So this green one right here, the green, the orange, I love these colors. That one is called Good Vibes, and I'll turn it over so you can see this one. This one's called Sweet Tooth. And so they're self-striping yarns. I have a couple of other, I've got the Vintage Christmas, and I have one called Finn. And we used to have a dog called Finnegan, and we used to call him Finny. And Golden Retriever, of course. And so as soon as I saw that, I had to buy it. It was like blue and black and dark sort of green color stripes. So now I've got 4 skeins of the coloring book yarns to make lots more socks, because I seem to like to make my own hand knit socks. So this is just the fingering weight yarn, 400 yards, and it is an 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. And just the colors are so lovely, and I'm really looking forward to eventually getting to these. And then I have some things from Nora George. And so I had bought the Hiya Sharps in the 2.25, and I decided, you know what, I need another pair of 2.5 needles, so I picked up those from her shop. Yeah, I could probably go to a store in Toronto, or I could buy them, you know, from somewhere online, but the price isn't all that bad through Nora George, and it's nice to support the small businesses. So I bought these. I also bought some 4mm, which will be coming in another shipment. So, okay. Spoiler alert. If you do not want to have anything spoiled for you, turn away, turn this off, cover your ears, cover your eyes. Spoiler alert. Spoiler. Really excited about this one. So this is from Nora George Yarns, and this is the Molly Weasley's Knit Club. And this is, and I'm probably going to kill the name, Felix Felicia, which means luck of luck. And again, sorry if I'm leaving it in the package, but So it's crinkly, but crinkly goodness is always good. But it's, oh my gosh, these beautiful colors. Tracy's yarn is spectacular. So this is her super sock, and it is 75% merino, 25% nylon, and there is 400, I've got to see it this way, 425 meters. So it's huge. There's a lot of yarn in here, and just the colors. Oh, and so Felix Felicia is the potion that Harry Potter wins, and it means sort of luck of luck or lucky luck. So I feel very lucky to have this. And this is the Mrs. Weasley's Knit Club round 4.1. So I've got a couple more still to come. So beautiful spoiler. Beautiful spoiler. Look at that green in there. Oh. Nora George yarns. I love them. They're beautiful. I want more and more and more. I'm going to run out of space in my knitting room for Nora George yarns, but I'll just move into another room in the house. That'll, you know, I'll just move it all over. So anyway, those are all of my basket is empty, and I am finished with brown paper packages. Okay, now it's time to get serious. Last week, I was very serious when I told you about the fact that I am a craft addict. My husband watched the show back with me, and he was very, very frightened. Today, I have another admission to make to you. I may have been that cart jacker. And it's not that I tried to set out, I wasn't trying to hurt you by getting that lovely skein of yarn that you wanted. I was just a little bit more prepared, I suppose. And I don't like being that cart jacker. So today we're going to talk about how to prepare so that you're not cart jacked. The one problem with doing this is that I may eventually be cart jacked on that wonderfulness that I'm wanting. And I have been cart jacked before. I live with it. I kick myself for, not having my game plan ready. But today, let's talk about getting that game plan ready. So, how not to be cart jacked. First off, you need to be ready. Device in hard case, because yarn updates can be very physical, very emotional, and your device is going to need protection, because even if you miss out on this yarn update, there are going to be future yarn updates, and you do not want to have your device completely demolished because of one missed out skein. So, charged, nice hard case. I love my OtterBox. And you need to make sure that you are in a space where nobody will distract you, because little children looking for shoes or whatever they're looking for, and it always happens right when the yarn update happens, just give them $20 and tell them to go buy a popsicle, okay? But get them away from you, get away from them, whatever you have to do. Lock yourself in the bathroom, make sure everybody's gone potty beforehand, because otherwise you'll get the knock, 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 knock. Mom, I gotta go, and you're like in the middle of a yarn update. You cannot do it, right? So, device ready. Next thing. Find out when the update is. And if it's 3:00 p.m., you're probably okay. You're probably awake. You don't have any problems with vision. However, if it is a 4 a.m. update and you are desperate, you're awake. If it's a 4 a.m. update, you are desperate to get that yarn. You want to get that yarn. You want to be prepared. Have your sunglasses ready, because turning the device on at 4 a.m. when you've been sleeping and you've been woken up is mind-blowing and cornea, retina destroying. So make sure you are prepared with the glasses. Okay? So you've set the alarm, probably on this device and somewhere else, because you need to have at least a couple of alarms set so that you know when to go. And I usually, 10, 15 minutes before an update, I want to make sure I'm setting the alarm if it's a huge, huge important one, because it's very easy to get distracted by other crafts and things like that. So alarm is set, you're ready to go. You got to make sure your fingers are ready. So this is why it's good to do it maybe 15 minutes before so that you can get these fingers ready. And you should be actually, doing finger exercises beforehand. So if your fingers are cold, warm them up. Soak them in hot water, but not too much because you don't want them pruny. That'll, hinder the touch on your iPad or device if you're doing a touch one. You might catch on your mouse. Got a fireplace, go warm them. Don't touch the fireplace glass or you'll burn them and then you won't be able to touch your screen. So, just get them nice, warm, cold fingers never move as well. Other things that you can do are hand and finger relaxing exercises. And I have this lovely device that I got from the Body Shop years and years ago. And it's a hand relaxer. And you put it in the palm of your hand and you just roll it around. And it's just, it's so wonderful. It just, loosens up the hand muscles and the fingers so that you are ready to go. You're ready to battle at this yarn update because that's what it is. It is a battle. It is like full on blood and gore. Thankfully not on the yarn. But it can be a bloodbath. I've seen some that are just like, terrifying. So hands are ready. The other thing you can do, and I have this lovely Sage Relaxo ring, is get those fingers worked. And this is something you can do in advance of the, not just moments before, but, practicing. And it's just this lovely little roller ring and you put it on your finger and you roll it up and down your fingers and, you're just rolling it up and down your fingers and relaxing them and just taking care of yourself so that once you've, got your fingers all relaxed, they're ready to go. So, make sure you're taking care of your hands. You've got to make sure you get that cream on there. Not before, not moments before, but your hands should be in good shape because they have a workout ahead of them in a yarn update. Now, hugely important, and I've just done it for the sake of today's podcast because if I had done this yesterday, because there was a yarn update yesterday, I would have lost out. Do not wear sparkly polish, okay? I advise against all polish, but anything that can distract. Henna. Luckily, I made sure I was blind to it yesterday, but little things that distract, because when you're going along and you've got that yarn update going and, they're so sparkly. That momentary, they're so sparkly, is lost yarn. So avoid the sparkly polish. Just don't do it. I did this last night just for effect. This is coming off as soon as possible because who knows, there might be a yarn update tonight. And I cannot have... They are pretty. I can't have that up. I just can't have that distract me. So don't do it. Just put the polish away. And definitely do not polish just before an update because you'll be sitting there going, I don't want to dent my polish. It is far better to dent your polish than to miss out on the yarn. So, as I said, better yet, just don't polish at all. So, device ready, no polish, no sparklies, no distractions. Children have been given $20 to go buy themselves a popsicle or told to go out in the backyard, whatever, just everywhere away. And you are ready. Just get in the moment. You press the refresh over and over again. Make sure you've gone in with your game plan. You know what you want. Okay? So, you're not in a really fantastic update. You're not going to get everything you want. However, make a list of what it is that you do want. And if it is that snap, crackle, pop skein that you saw, luckily some places they do show you what's coming up and you can sort of make a list of what you definitely want. So if it's snap, crackle, apparently I can't speak. Snap, crackle, pop. That's the name of the yarn I'm giving it. If that's the first one you want, and then tongue-tied is the second one you want, don't try and get both in the same go. You may lose out on both. So it is better if it's snap, crackle, pop that you want first. Go for that. Put it in your cart. Check it out. Don't worry about the shipping. Hopefully some wonderful companies are fantastic about combining shipping. Definitely you want to ask. If you can ask in advance, that is always helpful. But you want to get that snap, crackle, pop in your cart, checked out, so that you get the confirm as soon as possible. And if you don't, then unfortunately you may miss out on that lovely skein of yarn that you wanted, and also miss out on the next one that you wanted as well. So you've got to go in with a game plan, and hopefully you don't get cartjacked. But it is a reality. If you are that cartjacker, don't do the nana nana boo boo. That's not nice. We all want beautiful yarn. We all deserve beautiful yarn. Be kind. Don't be that cartjacker like I am. But it happens. So that is True Confessions for this week. So thanks for joining me today on the Comfy Red Couch. I hope that you've enjoyed what you've seen. I hope you've had a bit of time to just relax, take care of yourself, have a cup of tea, do some knitting along while I'm chatting and showing you things. Have a wonderful week ahead, and I hope to see you next week on the Comfy Red Couch. Bye. Okay, so you gotta get the polish off before the next update. Here's a hint on how to do it without like crazy forever time trying to get the sparkle polish off, because it takes forever. You need 3 things. You need nail polish remover, you need cotton balls, and you need aluminum foil. Put a little bit of nail polish remover on the cotton balls, stick the cotton balls on your fingernail. Then put the aluminum foil around your fingers. You gotta sit for about 10 minutes, and then when it is done, you just pull it off. Fantastic. But you gotta sit for 10 minutes. You can't knit. So what other mischief can you get up to? One time, Isaac was in the bathtub. The mischief I got up to was I went up the stairs and I started scratching on the bathroom door. And I reached my hand around the bathroom door. And he screamed and jumped out of the bathtub. There was water everywhere. But it was fantastic. So, yeah. I'm that cartjacker. And I'm that mom. What are you going to do?